Hello and thank you for joining me today for day 14 of Creep on June, hosted by Tracie Fox. And I've just realised I haven't put the number 14 on today's make. Never mind, I'll do that later. So thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. I absolutely love that you're all enjoying my stories, and I'm no author, not by a long shot, so it is reassuring to hear that you are enjoying them. So day 4. Like a ghastly, rapid river through the pale door, a hideous throng rush out forever and laugh, but smile no more. And this is from the Haunted Palace. So guess where we're going today? Edgar has a great idea of where to get some inspiration today. He rushes out of the house really early, barely even notices Alice as he passes her on the landing. "Where are you off to in such a hurry?" she asks. "Oh, hello, Alice. I'm going to go and find some ghosts." "Oh, well, have a lovely time," Alice replies. She supposes he won't want any breakfast done, and chuckles. Edgar heads along the shore and over the bridge, but instead of going into the forest, he follows the river back along the shore and keeps walking and walking for what feels like miles, until eventually he approaches a hill up to a cliff top, on which stands the old King William's castle. Alice said that no one goes here anymore, and you can tell by how overgrown the grounds are. He stomps through the long grass and heads towards the grand entrance, crumbly but clearly once a beautiful palace. Now it looks eerie and filled with the energies of those who used to reside here. A rat scurries past him. There are bugs everywhere. Edgar enters the castle and sees remnants of portraits on the walls, one of a lovely woman. Everything else has been torn up and destroyed over the years by birds and rodents, probably the odd lost sheep. There is no roof once inside. At some point a storm must have knocked it down. A few storms, maybe. Crumbled stone lies all over the floor. Edgar explores what he can, but a lot of the rooms are barricaded from the fallen stone. He hears some whispering. He tries to make out the words, but he can't quite catch them. Every time he concentrates on the sound, it stops. He tries to figure out where it's coming from. He finds a chimney breast and can hear rustling from inside. Maybe it's just the wind. There's a whoosh, and a crow comes flying out of the fireplace. "Is that Jupiter?" "Jupe, is that you, old boy?" The crow is gone, so he's not sure. He hears that whispering again. He listens and listens. He decides it is just the wind. But he's sure he just heard the word, "William." He sits and just listens quietly so he can hear if anything else happens. And whilst he's sitting, he pictures all the goings-on that drove King William mad. The sirens on the rocks below, the monsters within these walls. He wonders what they looked like. He closes his eyes to visualise what it was like. He drifts off into a sleep and dreams about kings and monsters and ghosts. And just as a siren was luring him off a window ledge into the sea below, he awakes to a caw and sees Jupe standing in the corner of the room. He wonders if the crow has purposefully woken him from this dream, and perhaps he really was being lured. He looks back towards where the portrait of the beautiful woman was, and it's not there, but he knows it was there. It was definitely there. But there's just rags and more bugs hanging off the wall in its place. All of a sudden it gets very dark inside the castle, the wind whistling through all the gaps in the stone, louder and louder. He hears what sounds like maniacal laughter, not the sort that would come from a friendly smile, that's for sure. Jupiter caws again, and Edgar hurriedly leaves the castle, taking the noise as a warning that it's not safe there. He rushes along the ghastly rapid river and over the bridge. Darkness is falling and the tide will be coming in, so he walks quickly down the country lane and gets home into the safety of his house. It's later than usual and Alice has left for the day. He lights as many candles as he can inside his room to try and dispel some of the darkness that he just can't seem to shake off him. He keeps hearing that laughing sound deep within his mind. He needs something to steady his nerves. He has his whiskey first tonight, drinks it in one gulp, takes some deep breaths, and with shaky hands he pours his tea And as he continues to drink, his nerves return to normal and he reflects on everything he's experienced today and wonders how much was real and how much was in his mind. Jupiter still comes along and takes his trusty place by the window. Edgar thanks him for his warning earlier and assures him that he won't go back to the castle, that ghastly, haunted palace. Edgar writes for the rest of the night, too afraid to go back to sleep. So I hope you enjoyed the story today. Let's see what we've made. So I've made this pocket out of just a bit of kind of torn background that's sort of supposed to signify old stuff that's fallen off the walls, and I've texture pasted a spider and just some patterns. Basically, I got some black texture paste yesterday, so I thought I would just have a play about with it. And in the background here we have the haunted palace and the wording from there, and I've just stenciled over with the crackle stencil. Apologies, my voice is like horrific at the moment. And here's the quote for today. We've got the castle in the background crumbling, got another bat coming out, the word desolate. And then as we go closer to the castle, then we've got, ignore the side, we've got the word ghastly, bug poking up there, some other bits of the castle. And then we're going down the corridor, into the castle. Here's Jupiter, who clearly is Edgar's spirit guide at this point. And then we've got, who's this, just a phantom walking through, some skulls, small bugs, just this kind of, well, that's, of course I can't remember what painting that is now. Somebody tell me in the comments, please, because I've forgotten. It's goth though, isn't it? And then we've got the portrait here of the woman who disappears. And then there's just bugs. Is he going insane? Believe nothing you hear and only one half that you see. And then on the back, Edgar goes home, lights all of his candles to try and get a bit of light into the room. And it says, mysteries force a man to think and so enjoy his health. And of course those words are from Released Crafting. And then I thought, so this is just the Frankenstein letter from the other page, but I thought because it had all the brickwork on there, I'll put that to the back so it sticks up and it kind of looks a bit castle wallish. So that is what I've made today. Sorry, I just had to pause to cough there. So thank you for watching and listening today. If you like what you saw, please do give this video a thumbs up, and I would love it if you would comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll be back tomorrow with day 15, which is the halfway mark, and in the meantime, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.